So the burning question is going to be what's Jacob McDonald's status? We know that it's upper body, but are we looking at like any type of a time frame right now?
Right now, it's day by day with him. I don't think it's going to be long term, but it's nice that we're going to have a week off here before our next series and give him some time, and hopefully we'll get some updates here after the weekend.
And then I noticed that John Luke Foodie left with about 5 minutes left in the second period. Any updates on him?
I haven't had anything yet, no.
Okay.
How did you feel about your team's response after the game last night and the way they battled today?
I thought it was outstanding. I loved our compete, our intensity throughout the entire game. They're obviously, quite a bit bigger, more physical team. They play with that identity, but I love the fact that we got in there tonight. We stood in with them. We were physical. We kept working hard, and I think a win like that can really help bring the team together.
A lot of extracurriculars away from the whistle. How did you keep your group stabilized so that they stayed above the fray and focused on the goal?
Yeah, I mean, that's something we talk about, we try to be a team that plays whistle to whistle, and our focus is playing our best hockey to get 2 points. But I loved our emotion, we had the emotion for the right reasons at the right times, and it didn't affect what we were doing, the next shift. So I loved it. I thought it's exactly what our team needed.
You've got now 5 games left in the regular season and 9 points to clinch the division. Some tough opponents ahead of you to do it too. So I think that's going to be a huge possibility for you guys.
Well, I mean, it's our goal. I mean, we've worked hard to put ourselves in this position. I still think we're in the driver's seat. We have a nice week, to kind of rest and regroup and reset for the final stretch of these last 5 games. And we're going to step on the ice with the mindset of trying to win.
Makar makes his pro debut. What was the scouting report on him and how he can help the Eagles in the immediate? And what did you think of his first game?
Yeah, I mean, I thought he did well. Obviously, a tough first game to get into, but you can see the tools are there. Like he gets up and down the ice with good speed. You can tell he gets a couple really nice forechecks where he got in, got physical, disrupted the puck. Saw him at the net in front of the crease using his size. So obviously a work in progress, but just like what we saw Cooper last night, a lot of promising things, and he's only going to get better every single day here.
Talk to me about Cooper Gay. His first game, he gets a goal, he's battling below the goal line. What stood out to you about him?
Yeah, well, we saw him a little bit before the game. He joined us on the road trip, got a couple practices and skates in with the group, and kind of had an understanding of how we operate. And what we saw in the game is the glimpses of what we saw in practice. Bigger guy that handles the puck well, really good straight line, was scoring goals in practice, stopping at the net, getting good puck touches around the crease. And you saw a little bit of that. Same scenario as with Taylor tonight. Give these guys an opportunity to get a taste of what the pro game is, how the Avs organization, Eagles organization operate, what we do for development. Obviously, their intensity, their anticipation to play their first pro game is high, and every day that they're going to be here, they're going to learn, and they're going to get an opportunity to be better, and they're going to have a great opportunity to grow this season and give them a good head start for next year.
With so many new faces around the team, how are you navigating lineup decisions with a lot of capable players that are sitting out some nights?
Well, I mean, it's something, we try to be honest with our group about. Obviously, the stretch that we've had leading up to this weekend has been pretty heavy. So it gives us an opportunity to get some fresh guys in, give some guys some rest, see what we're all about without disrupting our lineup too much, and that's important. And we'll have a full week of practice and see where we're at with numbers, but this is nothing new to the American League. This happens with every team, and you got to be willing to accept it and welcome these guys into our locker room with open arms. They're a part of our group, and we've got great leaders and a great group of guys in there that are willing to help, and they accept them.
Speaking of open arms and great leaders, you had the opportunity to welcome Landeskog to your morning practice this morning. How different was that in welcoming someone like that to your practice?
Well, I don't, like, we know what our responsibility is down here in the American Hockey League, and opportunity came where he was going to join us for a skate, and we just give him a skate. That's what we, and our guys are, going to practice and work hard with him and give him what he needs. And obviously, he brought a lot of smiles and energy to the group this morning, and it was great to see him. And, even if we're just a small part of his journey, we're here to help.
How did he, in your opinion, since you're always part of the rehab process with a lot of players and things like that, how did he look in your eyes?
Yeah, I thought he skated well. Obviously, he came in after a loss, and the mood probably wasn't great. But we don't let that interfere with what we're doing on the ice and with the team. And that's all I have for that.
Henderson's been a tough opponent this week or this year for you guys, and you've got that's how you're going to wrap up your homestand this year. Any plan of a approach for them?
Well, I mean, we'll get into that this week. I mean, I'm not planning for them tonight, but we've played them recently, and we know they're playing really good hockey the second half of the season, and they've got a lot of pride they're playing for. They're an opponent that we know we can't take lightly. That they've played really well against us in their building, and we want to make sure we can come out on our home ice, our last homestand before playoffs start, and play the right way.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thanks so much.